Once upon a time, there lived a young woman named Ngozi. From a tender age, Ngozi's heart was full of dreams, colorful like the white flowers. She longed to pursue her education, to become a teacher, and inspire the minds of future generations. But fate had other plans for Ngozi. Born into a family of modest means, her father, a hard-working farmer, could scarcely afford the cost of her education beyond the basic level. With a heavy heart, Ngozi watched as her classmates continued their studies while she remained trapped in the confines of her limited schooling. It was during this time of uncertainty that Nduka, a charming young man from a neighboring village, entered Ngozi's life like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. With his smooth words and gentle manner, he approached Ngozi, promising her a life filled with love and happiness. And though Ngozi hesitated, her heart longed for companionship, and she soon found herself swept away by Nduka's affection. Their courtship was brief but intense, and before long, Ngozi found herself standing before the village elders, exchanging vows with Nduka beneath the shade of a baobab tree. As they sealed their union with a hug, Ngozi's heart swelled with hope for the future, her dreams of becoming a teacher briefly forgotten in the bliss of newfound love. But as time passed, the sweetness of Nduka's word soured, revealing a darkness that lurked beneath the surface. What had once been promises of love and devotion turned into harsh criticisms and belittling remarks, leaving Ngozi feeling small and insignificant. One evening, Nduka's temper flared when Ngozi failed to have his dinner ready on time. Despite her frantic efforts to prepare the meal, she could not finish his meal on time, and by the time she presented the food to Nduka, it was slightly overcooked. The moment the first morsel touched Nduka's lip, he squeezed his face in disgust, and without a word, he flung his plate across the room. Ngozi's heart raced as she watched in horror, her mind spinning with fear and confusion. Before she could utter a word, Nduka pounded on her, his fist raining down upon her. Bruises bloomed on her skin, their scars a painful reminder of the violence that had shattered her once hopeful dreams. As Ngozi lay trembling on the floor, she cried uncontrollably, her body shaking. A voice echoed in the depths of her mind, whispering words of doubt and self-blame. Maybe I'm not good enough, she thought to herself. She believes it's her fault her husband abuses her. One night, after Nduka had sent her out due to an argument, she stood by the door entrance begging him to let her in. She begged and cried, but Nduka refused to listen. Ngozi wept throughout the night. She felt so sad and lonely. In the midst of this abuse, a flicker of courage ignited within Ngozi's heart. With trembling hands, she vowed to reclaim her life and break free from the chains of her abuser. Ngozi made up her mind to run away the next day. She had carefully planned her escape. Moreover, Nduka would have gone to his usual palm wine joint. He would not notice a thing. The next day was a market day, and as the village bustled with energy of the market day, Ngozi slipped away unnoticed, her heart heavy with fear and uncertainty. With nothing but a few belongings tucked into a basket, she set out on a journey towards freedom, her step guided by lights of hope that burned within her soul. As she walked along the dusty path that led to her village, Ngozi's mind raced with thoughts of the future. With each passing mile, the weight of her burden grew lighter, replaced by a sense of liberation that filled her heart with newfound strength. But it seemed fate was not on Ngozi's side. As she neared the border of her village, a familiar figure emerged behind her. His eyes burning with anger and his fists were tightly clenched. It was Nduka, a tormentor, a abuser, the man who had shattered her dreams and broken her spirit. Kwame, the palm wine tapper, had seen Ngozi along the bush path and had gone to tell Nduka. Before Ngozi could react, Nduka caught up with her. He was furious as he dragged her back to the village. With each step, Ngozi's heart pounded in her chest, her mind racing with thoughts of escape and survival. He shouted, "Where do you think you are going, evil woman? You belong to me, remember? You will never escape." But as much as she tries, she could not break free from Nduka's grasp. With every blow he rained down upon her, her determination weakened. As Ngozi cried and begged Nduka, a group of villagers emerged, their faces a mixture of shock and horror as they bear witness to the violence unfolding before them. With voices raised in protest, they demanded an end to the madness. In that moment, Ngozi summoned every ounce of courage she possessed and fought back against her oppressor, her fists flying like arrows as she struck out against the darkness that threatened to consume her. She screamed with every energy she had left, "I do not belong to you, and I will never let you control me again," her voice trembling. The villagers rushed forward to restrain Ngozi and save Nduka from her grasp. A sense of liberation washed over her. She vowed to reclaim her life and her dreams. Ngozi was safely returned to her village, and the community addressed Nduka's actions. He faced consequences for his behavior and was sent to the village prison, where he served a year with hardship. Meanwhile, Ngozi remained determined to pursue her dreams. Despite the challenges she faced, she dedicated herself to hard work, saving every penny she could to further her education. Eventually, her perseverance paid off, leading her to opportunities beyond her village. Along the way, she met a kind and supportive partner, and together they built a life filled with joy and fulfillment. Moral of the story: no matter the challenges we face, we have the strength within us to break free and pursue a better life. Ngozi's journey highlights the importance of resilience, courage, and determination in overcoming problems. Despite facing abuse and oppression from her husband, she ultimately finds the courage to reclaim her life and pursue her dreams. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Kindly subscribe to my channel and do not forget to like and comment.